This is an Ash White podcast coming from the Milne Road Studios. Tonight I talked to a lady called Julie Symes. Her husband Darren is an old school friend of mine who's fighting a disease called Huntington's disease. This is their story, and I'm very happy to be a voice for them as a platform to discuss this disease and make it aware to how many people are out there and what websites can be looked at to make donations, etc. Thank you. Enjoy.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? Typical.
Sorry.
I just got out of there for 2 seconds to turn the TV down,
Oh,
and of course the phone rang, didn't it?
that's all right. That's fine. Sorry. I thought I'll just leave a message and say, just ring me back when you're right, because I thought, oh, you might be doing something else. So
No,
that's all good.
too good. How you getting on, you guys? You okay or not?
Yeah, Darren's in respite at the moment. So I'm home on my own because it was just getting too hard.
Yep.
Because he'd be up just about every night, not just once, 2, 3 times every night. And trying to get up and go to work and try to function.
Yeah, sure.
It was just getting beyond. It was just, I thought, I can't do it. I've got to look after myself
Yeah.
because if it keeps going the way it was going, then I'm going to end up in hospital or, I just can't. I won't be able to help him at all. So
What?
I had to make that hard decision.
No, I bet that was very tough.
Yeah.
What stage is he right now?
I found some information online the other night, a few weeks ago,
Yep.
and they've come up with 5 stages of the disease now. And based on the information of where he's at, mobility and cognitively,
Yep.
he's moving from stage 4 to stage 5. So, and the 5th stage is the final stage. Mobility wise, he can't walk long distances, but I mean, more than 30, 40 metres.
Okay.
That's a long distance for him.
Yep.
So got a wheelchair for him and things, but as usual, I'm good. I don't need that.
Sure.
So from the inside out, he can't see where he's at, and that he falls probably 2 to 3 times a week
Okay.
on average.
Yep.
So he's supposed to use a walker or the wheelchair. No, I'm fine. So lots of refusals.
What about his speech? Where's he at with that one?
Speech, because it's very slurred and now it's very mumbly. So it's a lot quieter, his voice. So he'll start out and you can understand some of the words, so you can get the gist of what he's saying.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden it'll be, and it'll be very quiet. And it's almost like he's talking to, I get the sense like he's talking to himself. But
Well, he could be.
so that's, yeah. So he does have an iPad, and we've got an app on there that can communicate. So it's a matter of him
Yep.
making sure he uses it. So it's got pictures. He can type words. He can type sentences using the pictures, so that then we can all understand what his needs are and what he wants.
Yep.
So that we can help him. That he doesn't get frustrated or
Yep.
he feels worthy, and that we're understanding what's going on for him.
Yeah.
So
Right. Okay. What's
yeah,
the if you're going from stage 4 now to stage 5?
yeah.
What's the length of that? Is it like another 5 years, or is it less than that, or?
It can range.
Yep.
So they find that some people live up to 40 years with it.
Okay.
So it can be, but it depends how quickly the disease can take over in the body. So for some people, especially young ones, they get it as juvenile diabetes.
Yes.
They don't have the disease gets them quite quickly. Whereas as if you get it as an adult in your 30s or 40s,
Yep.
it can go from 10 years, 15, right up to 40 years. So
Okay.
it's a big range. So it's not like, it's like, okay, 10 years down the track, that'll be it. But and it's horrible, I can compare Darren with his uncle at different stages,
Yep.
and his uncle's seems to have slowed down, whereas Darren, it's just seems like it's just accelerating. So
Okay.
it's not like it's a standard process for each person. Everyone has their own processes and different.
Yep. No, I get it. I get it.
Little things that it's a bit like a personality with it. So it attacks different things at different times. So
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Okay. Where's the respite? Where's that at?
He's at Blakeview.
Okay.
So it's a private house. Excuse me. And he has carers 24/7, either 1-on-1 or 1-on-2,
Yep.
as he has another. There's another person in the house at the moment.
Okay.
And so he has it's different people all the time, but it's also some of his old support workers that he had while he was here at home, looking after him as well. So,
yeah. Is it an inheritive disease? Is it or not?
yes. So his mum had it.
Okay.
And his
I remember something of it when, like all those years ago, and still through Julie and Gary, that you get to hear that as well. But what about medicine? Is it tetrabenazine or something like that?
Yeah, tetrabenazine is one of the medications. It doesn't stop it; it just reduces some of the movement and some of the different state. Like so, I'm sorry.
You're right. You're all good.
So it just can reduce the movement, involuntary movement, or pretty much doesn't change the dementia or anything like that. It's just to try and help them to be able to do things to function.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, there's no actual known cure for it. That will just completely reduce everything and take away all the symptoms. So it's just dealing with each of the systems.
It's almost
symptoms.
just like reducing the inflammation a little bit, isn't it? Really.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Just like having a Panadol to help with your headache.
Yeah, I bet.
Helps for a little bit, but it doesn't do much.
How are you coping? You okay or not?
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I have lots of supportive family and friends that are around to help if anything. I do see a psychologist as well.
Yes.
I think that's important. So I see her about every 3 or 4 months. My work, going to work, not all the time, but part-time. That also helps me to be able to switch off and switch on to other things. So it helps with my mental health. So, but in the back of my mind, it's always, I'm constantly going, okay, what do I need to do next? What's next? What's next? How can I help him? What finances, housing? It's just constantly on your mind all the time.
Yeah.
So,
where do you go for that type of help? Like we were talking with Julie just in regards to the awareness of the disease for a starter. I assume that there's some form of donation somewhere that it goes to try to help with the disease, or does it need to start from us guys? I don't really know, and I don't really know enough about the disease to really know where it's at. But where would you like to push it, Julie?
Well, in Australia, it's a very small percentage of people that have this disease. So in Australia, it affects around 250 families only. But because it's hereditary, every single child has a 50% chance of having the disease.
Okay.
So it affects every single person in every single family. And there's no rhyme or reason as to who gets it and who doesn't. So there is a Huntington's Association and social workers at the Flinders Medical Centre
Yes.
that are there to help and support. And the Huntington's Association is moving from SA and Northern Territory across to Huntington's Australia, so that there's a bigger support mechanism and more voices that can stand up for people with the disease. So, and that's the thing, all carers, family members are always a voice for the person that has Huntington's, because they can't always speak for themselves as the disease
Sure.
progresses. So,
Sure.
so
So,
I
uh,
feel I'm Darren's voice.
yeah. Oh, look, you are absolutely. It's always the survivor that sort of does all that groundwork, to assist all the time, isn't it? And
Yes.
it's sort of that journey you tread that you know, and the people that are left surviving are the ones that I'm really interested in, because I don't know enough about the disease
Mm,
with Darren as such. But you
yes.
you talked about the mental health before, about yourself, and you've got somebody that you can talk to. Obviously, a good network
Mm,
that. At any stage, if you're feeling up or down or whatever, you can talk
yes.
to them. Um, what was the fraternity that you could donate money to?
Huntington's SA, Huntington's disease, South Australia, Northern Territory.
Okay, so we've got
Yeah.
we've got that one now there. So
Yeah.
we can mention that also on the podcast this
Hmm.
Friday night, if you're happy for us to
Okay. Yeah,
to
that's
to
fine.
move that forward. Is there
Yeah.
any other thing that you'd like to go forward with in regards to the disease with Darren or with other people? Or
And I know there's a lot of other people that are going through tough times with caring or with family members that are ill or sick, have some sort of medical problem. And you've got to remember that you're not alone, that everyone is in the same boat,
yep,
that we all need help at some stage. And it's not easy to put your hand up and go, look, I'm not coping at the moment. I do need help. So there is the Carers Association as well. So for people, if they feel like they're not getting a help, there's a carers network as well that they can get support and help with, to, as far as where they're getting some relief or assistance while they go and do something for themselves. And it's really important that you do something for yourself. So, and that you're not selfish by doing that.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I found a lot of the time is having to do that. So it's, yeah, otherwise, and your world is consumed by the person that you're caring for.
Sure,
So,
absolutely. And
yeah,
are you guys financially okay at the moment, or really?
luckily we are,
Yeah,
yes. Because I know out there that there's a lot of people that have to rely on income support payments to get through with all of this, because they have to give up work and do that sort of thing. But we're so lucky, NDIS have been there to help, so we can get support for Darren in house, so that I can go to work and they look after him while I'm at work, and then I take over when he comes up, when I come home from work. So it is a 24/7 job looking after him
yep,
for
yep.
whoever is doing it. So yeah, it's sometimes it's hard to explain because you just do it, especially when it's someone you love. You just do it because you want to or you need to. So I I just feel privileged that I can do that for him, so that we can try and have the best life we can before he can't do the things that he's been wanting to do for so long. So
Mm.
yeah,
No, look,
it's
I think it's fantastic what you're doing, and as you said, there's a lot of families out there that are going through some stuff.
yeah,
My mum had 4 strokes, and she just passed only a month ago, and
yeah,
she had a similar sort of degenerative brain that was
yeah,
that was failing her in the end, which eventually did. So,
mm,
and it was difficult for her to sort of portray what she was trying to say, and
yeah,
because in the end the one behind the ear really gave her a big whack, and that was the one that really
oh,
took her out. But
yeah,
yeah, I think it's one of those things that is sad. I said to Julie the other night,
mm,
it is very sad. There's a lot of diseases everywhere, and you know, this is another one.
yeah,
And I've been lucky to know Darren, but really haven't had a much contact with him for his whole life. It was
yeah,
certainly fun riding the bikes down at West Beach Caravan Park with him,
oh,
and I'm sure it was a highlight for him too. We had a lot of fun down there. It
yeah.
was good fun.
And this is where it's hard because he thinks he can still do all that stuff, fix the bikes, work on the bikes. But when you go and watch him or try and help him with the disease, he'll start it and then miss 2 or 3 steps and then move on to something else, and then he thinks he's done. So, or he'll go, it's like his brain's on fast forward at the moment. So he'll say, okay, this is what we're going to do, but he'll move to step 4 rather than working from step 1.
Okay.
So, and that was where it's really hard because you've got to monitor him all the time and supervise him because you don't know what step he's going to do that could create an issue for him to fall, hurt himself, let alone hurt someone else when he doesn't know that's what's happening. So
Mm.
it's a horrible thing. So, but he's still the same person inside, and he still wants to do all those things, but he physically can't or mentally can't because it impacts on things that he's not aware of.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
really hard to explain.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah,
being in the wheelchair for some of the day as well probably reduces the amount of you go to the what's it called, the motor skills,
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
if you're not using them, you're also not pushing them either, are you? So
No, no.
if you're in the wheelchair that looks after you, in a way it's really not really helping you either. It's once again just reducing the inflammation, isn't it? So
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So
mm.
he's yes, I went yesterday and he was watching Bathurst. They
Oh,
got
what?
KO on. Is it KO?
Yeah,
Yeah,
could be.
on with all the sports, and so he was loving it. And but he'd sit there for 10 minutes, then he'd get up, walk away, think he was going to do something, then just turn around and come back and sit down again.
He was
So what are
probably
you doing, Darren?
go on.
Yeah, and then it's like I took some beers there for him yesterday, so he had a beer, and it's like it's a guzzle because he thinks he's got to drink it all so quickly. So you've got to be careful how much he has, so he doesn't choke or drink
How
it too fast.
how wonderful. What did you take him?
What was it? Oh, 4X.
Some for
So
good stuff. Good stuff.
I've had them here for ages, and I didn't know whether it could have alcohol in the house there or not. And I go, sure he can. He's staying here at the moment. He's still got to be have a normal life as much as possible. So yeah,
I think one or two won't hurt him very very
no,
often,
it
but
doesn't. No,
And at
No.
least he's got Bathurst coming up, so he's probably thinking about
Yes.
that as well.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he was always like Gary and all the Campbell boys. They were all engineered into anything that had wheels, wasn't it,
Oh,
really?
exactly. Yes.
So it's
And
hard
he
to,
still goes on about it.
yeah, it's hard to take that out of the boy, isn't it? So,
Yeah, exactly. So it's no, he just loves it. So
oh,
it's all yeah.
oh, that's good.
It's making sure that he enjoys the things that he can enjoy. So
Yeah, I think that's great. I think it's just a matter now of really trying to make his life as comfortable as possible,
yeah,
and have the family there as much as you're doing. So
yes,
credit to you all. I know I don't know how hard it is, but I do imagine that it's very hard work 24/7 to
yeah,
look after
yeah.
somebody, and I think you're doing a terrific job, and I say that in total respect. And if we can help in any way, we've just started the Two Drunk Aliens podcast. It's been going now for
Oh,
6 weeks, and
oh, very
or
good.
7 weeks. We're just about
Yeah,
to get that one produced and put up tomorrow night. So I'll certainly bring up the Huntingtons on episode 8 there, and just touch base with it, and certainly
yes,
certainly throw some names up there that can
yeah,
certainly help out with some donations and just general awareness about the disease, so that
yeah.
you know if people can help out, that's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that.
All
Yeah, it
right,
was definitely a life changing result when we found out, but you learn to live and make the most of what you can when you can. So that's the important thing for them.
yeah, good stuff. Well, you're the rock.
Beautiful.
Thanks for talking to me, and
That's all right, Ash. Anytime.
we'll catch soon. Okay.
Yes,
Well,
yes. And I'll let him know I've spoken to
let
you.
him know, and let him know Bathurst is coming up for it real soon. In regards to,
Yeah, yeah.
there's not many
I,
Holdens
I,
left anymore, so
no, that's it. Yeah. So no, I will let him know that I've spoken with you. So he'll be very excited.
all right. Love, Julie, to both of you and all of you, and
Thank you.
we'll certainly talk about it on this week's
Yeah,
podcast coming up as well. So thank you very
yeah.
much,
That's all right.
and
Not a problem.
we'll catch you soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks, Ash. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was with Julie Symes. Man, she's going through some 24/7 stuff that must be horrific. Great job. I know love's forever, and when you're put into that position, it's you do it for your partner and your family. So well done, Julie, and we'll certainly just mention that again, and the the areas that it needs to go to, that people can certainly contribute if they choose to. So thank you, and good on you, Julie. We'll catch you soon. Bye.